The end is upon us, the season 4 finale of Sports Talk.
Although sports have ended here at Mepham, one thing that hasn't ended is B&B Sports bringing home flags.
Hi, I'm Tom Morrow.
And I'm Lily Yepes. For our last episode with Somewhere Around the Corner, we decided to spice things up and wear Hawaiian shirts. But I didn't get the memo, so thanks Manno for lending me his.
Since the beginning of 2021 up to now, it's been all sports after school and on the weekends here at Mepham High School.
Well, I can say for myself and on the softball team, and you, Tom, being on the baseball team, it's off to the postseason.
That's right, Lily. The softball team returning to the postseason after a big 2019 county finals win against Division, and for baseball, it's been a crazy ride, and I'm glad we get to take our journey further into the postseason. Lily, for you guys, you were on that 2019 county finals run, and you guys are in the playoffs now and definitely searching for another big county finals win. What's that feel like, going back to the playoffs?
So last year was our first time in program history going to county, so it was a really big win for us. So this year we're looking to come back just as strong and make history again. As the school year comes to an end, it was a successful year here for B&B. The sports department got started off on the right foot in September, creating new segments when there was no sports to broadcast.
All throughout the year, we got to meet professionals, coaches, and athletes, and it sure was a great season 4.
It sure was, Tom. But now, hopefully next fall, there will be sports and everyone will be back in action just like normal.
This year was a very successful year for B&B Sports. We took home 3 big-time awards. We placed first in the Bash for the best sports feature, the Nick Walker story.
It wasn't a question of if Nick Walker would be pulled up. It was a question of when he would be pulled up. No one expected that it all could have been over on the first play of his JV career.
I didn't think it was a torn ACL because the trainer thought it was just a strain, but then when I got my MRI, they said it was a torn ACL. I was heartbroken because I was scared my baseball career was going to be ended.
Departing from the football field freshman year, halfway through the season, Walker knew his football season was over. For Walker, being a two-sport athlete, it was time to look ahead at baseball season. But with an injury so severe, he had to ride it out.
It was hard to ride out the injury because knowing I didn't have a season anymore, I was kind of upset because I worked very hard. I recovered in 5 months from my torn ACL. I thought I was going to have a nice season coming back from the injury. Then it got taken away from me, so I was pretty upset.
Baseball season was rolling around, and Walker, making great progress, was set to return for baseball season. But then the uncertainty. The world shut down due to the global pandemic, COVID-19.
It gave me more time to recover for the upcoming summer season with my travel team, and it just got me onto the field every day, hitting off a tee by myself, just getting ready, getting my mechanics back to normal.
For Nick's sister, it was hard watching him on the sidelines compared to on the field where he's been his whole life.
It was very hard because Nick was very busy with baseball and football at the same time, and then just seeing him having to sit on the couch, do nothing, and just rest and heal himself and then go through PT was very hard on me, but I know Nick was strong enough to persevere through that.
Playing football and baseball with Walker as a teammate, it had to be devastating news to find out.
Well, during the moment, it was very shocking to see because it was the first play of the whole season, and it's never good to see somebody go down and have potentially their career-ending injury. So it was all just a very scary experience, but we're happy that he's back. We're happy that he's all healthy now and that we got back to his normal self.
For B&B from Mepham High School, I'm Lily Yepes.
We placed second place for the best live sporting event in STN, April 14th, senior night girls volleyball game.
Maybe a little too decisive. And we're back in, win by 2.
Serve.
Saminsky, nice roll.
Bulls. Green. It's going to go over.
Not great
Saminsky.
Spot for a tip from O'Sullivan, but good idea.
Blocked at the net. Bulls. Green. Over to Bulls. That one's going to be a 4. 2-4 for
with the great play.
And that's going to be 3 hits. Mepham's going to get the point. Mepham's 1 point away.
Coach Malunaman got very frustrated there as one of the blockers from Hewitt. I believe it was number 18, Madison Schwarzton, went over the net, but there was no call.
Mepham's 1 point away from an undefeated season.
Saminsky going up.
Crowley.
And there's the season!
Puts an end to Hewitt's season.
And the Lady Mepham Pirates win it and they get their undefeated season.
And Mepham wins this one, and they advance to 10-0 as an overall and in Conference A3. They move on to the playoffs.
And we placed third place for the best sports feature in STN, the return of high school sports.
On March 14th, 2020, the world came to a complete stop. Over the last few months, we've been trying to come back to normal.
February 1st marks the return of practice for basketball, ice hockey, and wrestling in New York State. Also football, volleyball, and cheerleading.
4 or 5 day span from the announcement of the resumption to starting the seasons, trying to get everything in order, figure out who's going to use what space, and make it all work under the guidance was definitely a huge challenge.
But for high school sports, it is not easy at all.
I think it's definitely a little different because it's hard to share balls and stuff, and we can't really all practice together the way that we used to.
So obviously football isn't the first sport, it was basketball, and I was at the park with my friends. We were playing basketball on a Friday, and we saw that Cuomo said that we could get back to practicing and stuff, so that was great because obviously we haven't played in a year, so it was fun to get back to playing with my friends all the time, playing the sports that we love, especially in school, and they gave us something to look forward to.
It's definitely different. We have to take precautions now, so we do a lot of social distancing, and we're not able to do as many stunts because that's very up close.
It's not that much different because it's not like we're in winter, but yeah, it'll probably be a little different.
Without a doubt, the seniors are happy to come back for one last ride for their high school careers.
To be honest, I could really care less because we're still out here playing, obviously. If you're going to winter break, you still think, oh God, like we're not going to have any season. So being out here every day gives us something to do, and we're always happy to be out here. Looking forward to playing and obviously not sitting at home.
It's sad, but I'm just grateful that we get something opposed to not being able to finish out my 4 years strong with the sport.
It stinks. It's really hard because, being on the team for so long, you've seen so many senior nights and everything, and this year is just so different. But I'm just happy to have the opportunity to play with my friends for one last time.
There are many guidelines in play for this upcoming season.
It hasn't been bad, but also sometimes it isn't great with the mask and stuff, but it is what it is, and at least we're out here playing.
Okay to have it, but it's going to be really different because we have to wear masks and everything.
Restarting sports is not as simple as flipping a switch. For B&B, I'm Sean McClellan.
Last year, B&B had an honorable mention in the same category of Best Live Sporting Event. 1 year later, we're in second place. This shows how much the program has grown and can be at the top notch when needed.
Absolutely, Lily. Despite, the challenges we were faced last year with, COVID-19 and everything, we, persevered through it and, bettered ourselves, and we went to the next level, and, that's what we got to do.
For sure. Big time awards, for sure, and I can definitely say, for myself, and you too, Tom, this isn't going to be the last time you'll be hearing that. B&B Sports have more to come in the future. Matt, we didn't forget about you. Like I forgot my Hawaiian shirt. You got it with 60 seconds. Take it away.
I'm Matt Manno, back for the final time as a sophomore with the Fast Minute in Sports. Let's start the clock. Tom, Lily, while you two were busy smacking baseballs or softballs around, I was running. I'm sure I've said here on B&B that I run track here at Mepham, and if I haven't, well, now you know. It took me long enough, but I'm finally bringing our team's best performances to light. I'll start with Cameron Blake, who took golds in 3 different events, including the high hurdles, where she ran 6 seconds faster than the silver medalist. She's superhuman. And so was Joe Marcello, who in the winter season led a 200 by so much that he Naruto ran at the end of the race, and he still PR'd. Joe anchored the 4x100 relay with Brandon Sue, Dom Mandarella, and Deshaun Maitland that ran 45 flat. We also have some exceptional distance runners. It's what Coach Brad is known for. Amakrane Chichi is that guy. Not only does he consistently run 2 miles in under 10:30 and has far and away the coolest name on the team, he's also the undefeated spike ball team, winning 8 straight matches with Justin Diaguardi. 8 is also the number of 100s in a row we won at Jericho. And on the girls' side of the meet, we won by driving back to Mepham, where Jamie DeLuca scored the winning 4 points on her final attempt of the opening height of the pole vault. That's all from me. I'm Matt Manno. Now back to Tom and Lily in the studio.
Thanks, Matt. And by the way, how did this clip turn out for you?
And the boys track team traveled to Great Neck South for their final regular season meet, in which not only did I finally run, but at a pretty high level, if I do say so myself. Well, Lily, I Manno-cursed myself. Thanks for bringing it up. After we filmed that, I then went to the meet and ran 2 PRs, But I botched the handoff in the 4x1 and we got disqualified.
Seems like the Manno curse truly has no limit. That will conclude Season 4, Episode 7 of Sport Talk. For Matt Manno, I've been Lily Epez.
And I'm Tom Morrow. Stay safe and healthy, and we'll see you guys next year for Season 5 of Sports Talk.